it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Thank you very much indeed for joining me again today for another of my farewell videos. This is a bit of a joke, really. I mean, it's not, but it is. So I was lucky enough to win this stamp set when I was at the Onstage Live event in Amsterdam 2 years ago. I want to say it was 2 years ago. And at the time, I was actually slightly disappointed that I got this stamp set rather than some of the other prize patrols that were available. So it became a bit of a joke that I had the fabulous Flamingo stamp set, and I kind of used it for every possible opportunity that I could where I was giving it away to other members of the team, because they all found it quite amusing that I had got this and it was something I didn't really want. So I thought I really couldn't say goodbye to it without saying a proper goodbye to it. So I've got this card for you, and it's a great example of using the Stamparatus for positioning. So let me grab the aforementioned, which has got a dirty piece of grid paper on, but there you go. So let me grab a piece of cardstock, because I've just realised I haven't got that ready, and I also don't have a mat ready, but that's fine. Let me find my Flirty Flamingo and we can sort that out, because it's nothing quite like being prepared. Okay, that's going to be too big, but it'll be fine. I will cut it down later. So I've got all of my stamps mounted. Please don't unstick. And okay, so that one I'm going to have to reposition, which is fine-ish. It's fine-ish. It'll be fine. It just means I do the stamping in a different order. Generally speaking, I would start with that stamp. So in fact, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to take them all off, because then I can show you how to do the whole thing, which frankly is probably better. So, and this way you would be able to make, actually I don't need that one yet, you would be able to make a conveyor belt. I'm in a bit of a conveyor belt mood, probably because I'm doing my customer bits and pieces for the catalogues. So I just need to make sure that's going to be in roughly the right place for this stamp. Yes. Right, so I start with this stamp because it's the most solid. So let's just pick that up. So for me, I start with the most solid and work from there. I'm using Flirty Flamingo, because why wouldn't you use Flirty Flamingo? So let's stamp that down. I don't know why I'm holding this, because I don't need Flirty Flamingo anymore. So we'll get rid of that. And there is our beautiful flamingo. Well, part of our beautiful flamingo. So let's clean that up. And then grab. I put away an ink pad that I need. I don't know why, but I did. Probably because I'm silly sometimes. Right, so turn over your Stamparatus, and then the solid body is the next one that I used, and I just lined it up with the image that was already there. As you can see, really easy to do because you've already got your nice solid image in place. And this I've stamped in Petal Pink. I wasn't convinced it was going to work in Petal Pink, but actually I'm quite happy with it now. So Petal Pink. Don't need that anymore, so let's get rid of that. And it was at this point that I thought, Petal Pink really doesn't work, but they dry a different colour. So I'm going to get rid of this plate and bring in my other plate, because if you're doing a conveyor belt, you'll need both plates. Then the body, which is beautifully stained with our old archival black. And the stamp cleaner that we now have doesn't get rid of archival black. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I tried. Right, now this is a bit of a sketchy outline, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't line up perfectly. You want to go for as good as you can. Sorry, there's a helicopter flying over. We're obviously on RAF Benson's flight path today. So that's going to be fun, as today is filming day. There we go, so that's that done. And then we just need the legs. And after I've done the legs, I pop everything else on myself. I don't use the Stamparatus. I mean, I'm doing it myself with the Stamparatus, but everything else can be done in inverted commas by eye. Right, so that's that. Pick up the legs. And again, basic grey. And I like the grey rather than the black because it is a just slightly softer finish. Not brilliantly lined up, but okay. And it is, as I say, it's a sketchy image, so it's fine. So that is that. We can pop the Stamparatus away. Finish cleaning that up later. Right, so next I need the water. So for that I'm using Pool Party. So ink that up well, and I want this, what I call the exclamation mark is at the bottom. As far as I'm concerned, it's at the bottom. And stamp once, and then just move a little bit and stamp again, so you get a bit of a shadow on your water, or more of a ripple. Then Pear Pizzazz for the grass or reeds, and they're going to pop just here. So stamp once, move, stamp again, and you get a bit more depth. And then finally, in basic grey again, Tickle Pink for you, because it's pink. Let's get the card straight, and then if I get the stamp straight, that would be a plan. There we are, Tickled Pink for you. So that's that. Now I do need to just trim down my mat, which I stupidly didn't have ready, and this is Flirty Flamingo, because why wouldn't I? So my usual size mat, which is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. This was a quarter sheet of Flirty Flamingo, so I knew it was going to be big enough, but I also knew it was going to be too big. All the measurements, as ever, will be on my blog, which is linked immediately below, and it's straight to the post for this. Piece of Pool Party cardstock cut long and thin and scored in the middle, and then just burnish that. And then all we need to do is put our card together. Well, almost all we need to do. So, scribble on the back. And pop this central. And then this I'm going to add to the Flirty Flamingo. I find it is less likely to show through Whisper White if you put it on the background rather than on the Whisper White itself. And of course with the liquid adhesive you get that lovely wiggle room. Right, so that's our basic card, and now I've got some of the basic sequins from the annual catalogue from the old annual catalogue, and these happen to be in Petal Pink. So, as Petal Pink is one of the colours that we've used, seemed like a plan. Stuck that on my spatula now. Oops, definitely stuck to my spatula. It seemed like a plan to use some of the sequins on my card. So there we go. 2 fabulous flamingos. Finally saying goodbye. Oh, no, actually, I've just had a thought. There's one more thing I want to add, because I added it to the original, and that is some Clear Wink of Stella to the water. Obviously, you want your water to sparkle, but why not have a sparkly flamingo as well? And because we left this until last, the ink is now dry, so there is less chance of it moving around. There we go. Oh, should we do its legs as well? Why not? Why not do his legs as well? There we go. So, 2 fabulous flamingos. I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like the stamp set, I mean, joking apart, it's actually a really good stamp set, particularly now we have the Stamparatus, which we didn't have when I got this. But with the Stamparatus, it's a dream, an absolute dream. It lines up beautifully. It's just, I'm actually going to be quite sorry to see it go. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching. If you need any of the products, they'll all be listed below, and they'll link straight to my online store. If you're in the UK, it would be great if you chose to shop with me. I do try and look after my customers well. Anyone who shops with me gets a thank you card and thank you gift. If you use the host code, you get to share in the host rewards. And I'm prepping the catalogues to go out. Hopefully they'll be in the post by the time you see this video. And they may not be with you, but they'll be in the post. And anyone who's shopped with me, they get first dibs on my catalogues, and they get some extra bits and pieces because they help me, so I thank them. So thank you very much indeed for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, please do. It's the bottom right hand corner. It would be great if you felt you could subscribe, whether you're in the UK or overseas. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.